Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. I know it's been quite a while, but hopefully this little video will make up for that. This will be my first episode for the point 16 update, so I'm really excited to show you guys, even though you probably have already seen everything that there is about this one and are eagerly awaiting point 17. But I thought I'd take this time to kind of take a break from trying to get to the moon and back, and seeing as you have to redesign all your craft in point 16, and it probably will happen again in point 17. What I'm going to be doing is mixing my love of the flight simulators and building games and my love of Battlestar Galactica. Yes, it's my favorite TV show. It should be yours. If it isn't, there's a problem, but we can address that later. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and show you my design of a Viper from the show. I'm pretty happy with how it ended up turning out, though there are a couple things that I should probably explain, because when you look at it, you're going to be thinking, what in the world is this? So, yep, this is the Viper. It's got ram air intake. It's got the landing stilts instead of landing gear, just like on the show. It's got your 3 intakes here. We've got the anhedral wing design, although I cheated a little bit and added the level wing design. You've got your rocket fuel, but in the back you've only got 2 turbojet engines, and you've got parachutes. And as soon as we see what's going on with that, you'll see what happens with that when we're trying to land. It's got your SAS system, so you can autopilot should you prefer, and it's got a tail fin, but it doesn't work very well. So, other than those deviations from the design and the standard canard, it's pretty accurate to what it's like in the show. And it also does barrel rolls very well, and I'll demonstrate that. So the last kind of thing that I wanted to mention about it before we take off is the stabilizers, like the first stage stabilizer things. And that's because this doesn't have landing gear. And if anyone's tried to land or take off with the landing struts before, they don't really... They try to stick to the ground, and they'll just bend, and you'll tip over if you're trying to land, and all kinds of other things. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to put the throttle all the way up. I am going to make this available in the description because I have posted it on the KSP forums, so if you're interested in flying it, you'll have a chance to. So we'll go ahead and turn on the engines. I wait for it to get about here, and then I release, pull back full, and if you want to gain altitude fast, you can keep it at 30 degrees. If you let go, want to keep it at about 10, you can as well to get a shallower angle of attack. And I'll go ahead, once we get up to about 1,000 meters, I'll show you some of its capabilities. So barrel rolling, very fast. The other way, again, really fast, really good. It does destabilize it a bit, but it recovers quite nicely. If you get all the way up, if you're really trying to push the limits and get into the upper atmosphere, you can easily break the sound barrier. So that's always good too. The turns, though, you need to be careful. I think that's the thing that I am most displeased with about the design, is that the turns need to be taken slowly. Otherwise, you'll stall out, and you'll really lose control. You'll go end over end. It's not fun. You can recover. Unlike a lot of other craft, you can recover from it. But if you don't have enough altitude, splat is your future. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate the landing procedure for you guys, because it's a little different. Some of you are probably thinking, hey, maybe that's where the parachutes come in, and you would be right. So I'll go ahead, I'll start slowing down a little bit, and I'll turn over around this lake area, if you're just trying to fly level, it's really not all that difficult. In fact, I've let go of the stick right now, and it's pretty level, maybe with some trim. And as you guys know, I don't really believe in trim. I can never get it to work properly. That's not just in this game, it's in pretty much every flight simulator. But we're going to go ahead and turn around pretty soon. Again, remember, if you're flying this, to really be gentle pulling back on the stick with the turn, because it does destabilize it quite easily, and you'll lose altitude if you're turning, or you'll gain altitude. It's very difficult to do turns quick. If you're in like a dogfighting scenario or something like that, it's going to be really tough to get it to work right. So hopefully I don't screw this up for you guys. I've been known to do that. Gonna cut some of that engine output and level out. I'm gonna cut completely. I'm gonna put the skids down before I forget. And here we go. Hopefully we have a smooth landing and not a horrible one, but you guys know me. So here we go. That's about the altitude we want. And hooray! Okay, here we go. It's a little bit of an angle there. Stabilize this. Very good. Excellent. Hooray. One thing that's kind of weird about the parachute landing is that your controls seem to reverse a little bit. In order to, let's say, for example, if this left wing was up and you wanted to put it back down, you would actually have to turn in the opposite direction to do that. And the same goes for pitch. It gets a little confusing, but I usually figure it out before I end up a crater, so that's good. Another thing you might notice is that it's kind of a one-and-done scenario with this design. Taking off is fine, landing is fine, but it's just you get one shot at it. What I had done was I added, I think, a few RCS fuel tanks right around behind the canards, and what that did was enable me to add all along the bottom of the body. I added linear port RCS systems so that it could actually take off by itself a few times, but it's actually really hard to pull off. Took me lots of practice to do it, and I'm not quite ready to send that out on the forums yet because I'm not exactly happy with it. Whoa, don't fall off. Okay. Slick. Ugh. Oh no. Recover. Wow. That's interesting. I guess he wants to take a bit of a nap or something. Oh. Hooray. I think that's going to work. Yes. Hooray. All right. So the jetpack is good for something while still on the planet. So yes, he can pretty much go anywhere he wants on the craft. I think I might be able to... Nope, I don't think that will quite work. But he can go pretty much anywhere else. Tum. And the ladder systems do work, so he can enter and exit. Pretty cool screenshot opportunities. Kind of like on the show where they disembark. But you might notice that other Viper over there. I had recorded another video, but of course it got corrupted. And what I had done, and I'll probably do in this video, is I started some target practice. I went ahead and as I'll do here, went to the Space Center, and I landed one quickly on the other side of the runway. Oops. And ended up crashing into it on purpose. I wanted to see how it dealt with impacts because I hadn't seen that before. And it's pretty amusing. So what I'll do is I'll do that again for you guys. Go to the Space Center. There we go. Go on the runway, and let's launch another one. I think it ended up taking off the front of the other one, but it's still intact, and Jeb is still under the rubble, and I'm going to see if we can't kill him. Even though he is one of my favorite Kerbals, his laughter in dangerous situations is unsettling, and I don't think he would be very healthy for the Kerbal Space program as a whole. So let's see if we can't fix that. So I'll go ahead, I'll get a nice head start on it, and I'll throttle down. End of the runway, we'll make a turn. Hopefully not too tight of one. And, oh, yep, it's doing it. See, I told you guys it'll do this. Ugh. Alright. We will quickly go to the Space Center, and we will try this one more time. And here we go. Urger Kerman. I think that's the first time I've seen that guy's name. He reminds me of Bill and Bob, because he's always freaking out here. I'm hoping eventually they add like weapons. I know there are mods out there that do it, but I prefer vanilla. This craft can be created entirely with vanilla parts. We'll go ahead and see if we can't. I'm going to gain a little bit more altitude, because when you turn, you can either lose or gain altitude, and I'm not always sure which one. Turning, returning, and let's really cut here. Good, very good, and we'll go up to 1/4 speed. I think that's what I ended up doing last time. And let's see if we can aim ourselves for destruction. Almost. Maybe some of the debris. Nope, it looks like it came out unscathed. But as you can see, the aftermath of the last one has pinned Jebediah to the ground. I don't even know. It looks like he's rotting or something in there. It's really weird. But yes, I've kind of showed you guys what this craft can do, and hopefully the next episode won't be quite so far away. But I am recording this in the middle of a tropical storm, so I figure it would be good to get out while the getting out's good. So I will see you guys next time, and leave a like if you liked.